Hey everybody, good morning. It's Jonathan. So I just want to make a video about SRPT. I've loved getting the emails about everyone's performance in the stock. It's kind of crazy because when I was a market maker on the Chicago Board Options Exchange, 2011 to 2015, I was a market maker in SRPT. And that's when I really got some good feel for this name. And I remember it was really volatile around this time, and I believe it was this move right here, where I was long like 50 of the 12 strike calls, and the stock gapped open to $60. And this was one of the first names that I made over 100 grand in. And since that, I became kind of, just obsessed with following the story. And when we look at the analysis of it, and for those that have been with me for a while, you guys know I've been saying this thing's going over 100. I didn't think it was going to go to 176, but been so darn bullish. And the reason why I've been so bullish is back in 2011, 2012, I was just following patients that were going through the trial on Twitter. And I was following one patient's mom, and everything that came out about Sarepta, SERP, and SRPT was negative about the drug, about their progress. But I remember following this mom of this young boy who was taking the medicine, and I'm not a doctor, and it was beautiful. Everything she was writing was talking about the progress that her son was making, just the major changes that were going on in his life. And if you read the comments over Twitter, you even had people speculating that the person was fake, or they were just doing it because they were long the stock. And it was just such BS. It was a real person with a real son who had muscular dystrophy, who was living his life, working through his problems. And I followed the story so closely. It was beautiful. I loved it. Stuck with the thesis. Trading's about managing money. And so when we started talking about SRPT, I know some people, before they get approved here, we made the call. It was trading at 30. It gapped up to 60. I had a couple of members make over 100 grand. Then it came right back down. And this was the area where I was saying it doesn't make sense because they were already approved in the US. So it pulled back. There's always going to be some positive press, some negative press, but they were already approved. So once they were already approved, that really gave the confidence, but then they go and get approved in Europe, and this was just kind of silly. So the feedback's pouring in. I'll share a few samples with you. Good stories, bad stories. I know there's plenty of people. I'll give an example. One of the coaching students, long since 50 or 55, covered at 95. That's 500 shares of SRPT. Great trade, 50 to 95, but you miss out on the $30,000 that came the next day. But that's trading. There's nothing wrong with covering a trade from 55 to 95 or 55 to 100. We talked about it going 100, for a long time. Those who held, luck is the residue of the design. This time the ball bounced your way. Good for you. I'm thrilled for you. But if you were one of those that covered a little bit early and you only made 30 points or 40 points, hey, let's have those problems. For others, they were able to have the biggest trades of their career. I'm thrilled for you. I'm glad this helped. A lot of the talk about SRPT, a lot of the talk that I do is once I have an opinion, as long as nothing changes within the reasons for having that opinion, I want to share my confidence with you. Because when you have risk on in the market, that's really what you need. You need to believe in the position that you have, believe in the story that you're following, and that'll allow you to stay in the trade. And that's why I'll share a few videos because everyone's skeptical. That's why I was so unbelievably bullish during this whole time, because it was already approved. This move was already overdone, but also I had the benefit that I was always buying SRPT. I was always taking money out. So I had such a big kind of nest egg built up from this name that I didn't mind holding on to that extra risk. So just wanted to get a video out there. Thrilled for everybody who hit this trade. Thrilled for those even who scalped Gamma, maybe sold some stock, buying some stock back, playing that game. Enjoy the day, guys. SRPT, we did it. Jonathan, active day trader.